And this nigga's a pedophile.
Hey, get this guy out of here.
I don't know.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
You should
Why
be
hasn't
lynched.
Trump been?
You should be lynched.
I should be
about me like
lynched.
that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tajy with Tajy TV, and today we're gonna go over my time speaking with Gubernatorial candidate James Fishback. He's running for governor in the state of Florida, and he has some pretty heavy grooming allegations. When he was in his 20s, he's 31 now, so a few years ago, he ran a company called Incubate Debate, and there was a 16-year-old girl that he met, and then when she was 17, to her, she said that they started a relationship, to the point of which her parents contacted him and said, leave our daughter alone, when she was 17. When she turned 18, they moved in together. Then by the time she was 19, 20, they got engaged, then she broke off the engagement, and he started cyberstalking her, cyberbullying her. Just sending him text after text after text. Like, you can look this up too. Walls of text messages to her phone. And I think he's legitimately a pedophile. I legitimately think he had inappropriate relations with a 17-year-old girl, to the point where her parents knew about it and were concerned and told him to back off. They moved in together as soon as she turned 18. And to me, it looks like grooming. Open, shut, close grooming. At the very least, grooming. So I went up to him and I asked him about it, and he didn't seem to like the questions that I had for him. I don't know why. I'm a nice guy. I can have a dialogue. I can incubate a debate on my own, you know? So this is the film of me going up there, saying hi, and the chaos I ensues.
Mr. Fishback, what's with you smashing a 16 or 17-year-old? Can you answer about what's going on with that?
What are you talking about?
All right, so there's like a girl named Kenya Fort.
Have you spoken to her?
I have not talked to her.
Why don't you go talk to her?
I haven't talked to a single Epstein victim either. I've never talked to Kanye West, but I know he's a real person too. Never talked to Trump, I know he's a real person.
Sure,
so tell me about Kenya Fort, bro. Why is she
tell me, what's
saying
the
that you guys
accusation?
slept together when she was 17 and you were 27?
When did she say that?
She said it in court, apparently.
In court?
In court, yeah.
I'm glad it was in
Before
court.
you ran for office.
I'm glad it was in court. What happened? What did the judge say at the end of that court? He
judge
dismissed that. It was 7 hours of testimony. You should know that when
It was
something
about
goes
cyber
to court,
stalking, not about smashing when she was a minor. Hey, bro,
Listen, bro.
Why is he not answering the question, bro?
I'm happy to answer the question, dude.
Did you smash? Was it missionary? Back shots? What was it?
Listen, I don't want you ever speaking about women in our state like that ever again.
I mean, I don't want you ever smashing girls, teenage girls, in our state ever again. So promise me, never smash a minor again?
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know. Why hasn't Trump been?
You should be lynched.
I should be
about me like
lynched.
that.
I should be lynched.
Yes, you should be lynched for lying about me like
lynch
that.
all pedophiles.
I agree. I will lynch every single Epstein criminal in this country.
Start yourself tonight. Start yourself tonight, sir.
Why haven't I been arrested?
I don't know. Why hasn't Trump been arrested?
Why? Listen, I'm way less important than Trump.
Why hasn't Bill Clinton been arrested?
Listen, I believe, here's what I believe. If you want to lie about someone who did something that is so heinous,
Why haven't I been arrested?
What are you talking about, bro?
Yo, this nigga smashed a minor. Bro, you smashed a minor.
N-word. You're not even black, dude. Why
I am black.
No, you're not, dude.
Yeah.
Let me see the proof.
Mr. Fishback,
Let me see the proof you're not trans. Let me see the proof you're not a pedophile. Let me see the proof you're not a bitch. Why you walking away, bro? Why you scared, bro? Why you scared, bro? Why are you using the N-word? Why are you using the N-word?
You have a lot of stress on your plate. I'm just wondering how you're maintaining it.
He's gonna take it from smashing a 16-year-old.
We're praying over here. We're praying over here. Are you a Christian? Yes.
Praying with an E or an A?
We're praying over here.
I'm a Christian.
Listen, then why don't you come pray with us? Genuinely. Why don't you?
I'm not gonna do something. I'm not gonna do something for theatrics.
We're not praying.
I care about our governorship not involving pedophilia, and this nigga's a pedophile.
hey, get this guy out of here.
Another thing that I want to bring up is that this is a very hostile crowd. And keep in mind, I've done a lot of in-person political events that have been really heated, a lot of BLM marches, the neo-Nazi shit, the Caitlyn Bennett shit, where her security team was pretty aggressive to me, the counter protests, the anti-Trump the Trump counter protests. I've seen a lot of crazy shit, a lot of people losing their shit and getting violent, a lot of it. But this event felt more hostile and a little bit more violent than the average bear. Probably top 5 most violent political events I've been to, probably ever, and just that I've been to, that I've visited. Top 5, and I've seen people get shot and shit, you know. So let me break down the scene. When I was talking about James Fishback being a pedophile, I said this nigga's a pedophile. As soon as that happened and the crowd erupted, his security team started pushing me.
Talk to me again. Back the fuck up. I'm not touching anybody. I'm not touching anybody.
Take a walk, man.
I'm trying to take a walk. Bro, he touched me on camera, bitch.
Like, they're like, push, push, push. And when they do that, and when they get in your face and they get all like chest to your face, put the chest in the face, they're trying to get a rise out of you, and they're trying for you to swing back. They're trying to get you to swing back, then they can do anything they want to you. The cops aren't going to come for at least 60 seconds. You could be dead by then. Like, you get stabbed or shot in the wrong way, the wrong guy choke slams you, you hit the head on your pavement a little bit too hard, yeah, you could be dead by then. And they were like trying it. They were trying it. They're doing the push, push, push. You see some pushing on camera. When you're in situations like that, try to not get baited into actually a fist fight. Like, you want to like leave with all your teeth. Then after that, like, there's a guy who said, I'm a law enforcement officer. I'm a law enforcement officer. I don't think he fucking is. Asked for a badge and he ran away as soon as I asked for a badge.
On camera, bro.
I'm a state certified law enforcement officer. Take a walk, buddy.
That doesn't mean
take
you
a hike.
You're
getting aggressive. Take a walk, man.
Badge. I need a badge. I need a badge right now. Badge right now. Badge right now. Badge right now. Badge right now.
But then some weirdo, this like big, like dorky looking nigga with like glasses and shit. He comes up, he taps me from behind, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm your worst nightmare.
Get the fuck out of here.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm a guy that's gonna cause a problem.
You're gonna cause a problem?
And he has his hand like this. His hand is like hidden like this. And he's like, you better get the fuck away from here, man. Like, you better get the fuck away, man. I'm only gonna tell you one time. I'm only gonna warn you a little bit. And he just was not showing his hand. And what does that imply to you? What do you think that implies to you when someone's posed like that? Where they're like hiding their hand and they're saying things like, I'm your worst fucking nightmare and shit. I thought he was armed. I didn't know if it was like a knife or a needle or a gun or something. Massive dildo he could have smacked me in the head with. I don't know. So I was talking to him for a little bit, and that guy was freaking bizarre. And like he puts like his hand back inside of his like suit jacket, and then he pulls it out and shows his hand. And he's like, let's have a civilized conversation. Like, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to have a civilized conversation. You squared up with me. You did that was a crazy pose you did, bro. What the fuck was in your hand, dog? That guy's fucking weird. If I track him down, I'm exposing him.
Can I ask you?
I'm glad you were here. Sit here a little bit, you know.
My name's Al. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Emily.
Bro, like, why are you posing and trying to like fucking front on me and shit? Then you're like, oh, I want to talk.
Can I shake your hand?
We don't gotta touch each other. We don't gotta touch each other.
What's your goal here?
My goal is to ask him why he was smashing a minor when he was 27 years old.
Have you sinned in your life before, sir?
I have sinned, but I've never did that sin.
Let me say something
Before
to you,
you call
sir.
out someone
Bearing
else's
false
sin,
witness is
talk
dangerous
about
spiritually.
your
Everyone's
sin
got a
before you call
judgment
out
day.
anyone.
Well, I'm believing her when she said in court that they had sex when she was 17.
Don't bear false witness.
Yo, bro, don't defend pedophiles.
Look at your life before you look at others.
Innocent till proven guilty. Fuck you.
Guys, I like drinking, but I'm not a pedophile. I like cussing, but I'm not a pedophile.
Jesus looks at everyone the same, man.
True. Yeah, true. I know, true. But he hasn't even repented.
Run for governor, sir.
I would not want a pedophile being in the governor's office.
It's just me right now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. All right, have a good one. Peace.
And yeah, so besides that, like moving on, like, yeah, it's weird. When you disrupt protests like that, people are gonna follow you and be very odd about it. Sammy pointed out, I didn't even notice this on the ground until in editing. There was some guy in like a black hoodie, and he was like right to my peripheral, like right to my back left, the entire time after disrupting things, and he was just like following me around, and his hand was in his jacket. He didn't seem to take his hand out of his jacket at all. I don't know what he had. I don't know what he was hoping to do. I have no clue. Like, yeah, like the far right attracts a very weird crowd. That could be a little bit violent, you know, January 6th, for example. So that was bizarre. I'm luckily for me, I'm safe. No one shot or stabbed me or beat me up. No pepper spray, no mace, because I don't like that either. Nothing crazy happened, but man, that felt intense. All right, guys, and that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It goes a far way in supporting up-and-coming creators and creators that tackle political issues in the state of Florida and beyond. More to come with Tajy TV. I promise that, I promise that. Feel free to give me your thoughts as far as like what you think of the video and what you think of James Fishback and what issues you want to see us cover and tackle and who you want us to have appearances on the channel. It can happen. It can definitely happen. So I want to give my final thoughts like this, pretty much. James Fishback, I will say one nice thing. He's done a great job at building support among young voters in Florida and honestly in the internet. But it's off of the policies and the messaging of some of the worst messages you can give. This guy's running on racism. This guy's running on straight up anti-Semitism. It's baked into his messaging. That's why he's gotten endorsements from people like Nick Fuentes, Andrew Tate, Tucker Carlson, freaking Asmongold. Those are his big online supporters. This guy's not good for the state of Florida. Whatever pro-wildlife message he has, Ron DeSantis did the same thing when he was in the same position back in 2018. Running on things like pro-wildlife, running on things like stopping overdevelopment, things like that. But these niggas sing for the money, honey. They really do. Just like that, he can switch up on you. The same way he switched up on AIPAC. 2 years ago, he was a massive AIPAC fan, a big supporter and defender of Israel. And now he's running on anti-Israel messaging, and that's the feature. That's a feature inside of his messaging and inside of what he wants to say to people when he builds up rallies and crowds. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe it for a second. I don't know what his stances are. I don't know if he knows what his stances are. You certainly don't. You certainly don't. How could you? How could you? This guy wouldn't shake my hand when I said, hey, let's agree to not smash minors ever again. Or at all. Didn't want to shake the hand. Didn't want to shake the hand on it. It's just untenable for a state with so many people in it of different backgrounds and so much diversity that he runs on these bigoted messages. When I'm saying something to you and you want to bring up lynching all of a sudden, out of nowhere, did you see that? Just lynching. You can't come up with any other thing to say of derision towards me besides lynching. I should be lynched because you don't like my speech. Free speech guy, Constitution guy, you don't like my speech. You want to lynch me. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. This is not a guy that you should support. And this is not a guy you should trust. He's a con man. He's a groomer. He is not consistent with the messaging that he gives out. He's not ready for governor's office. And I just don't think he ever. Special assignment, if you want to join me in doing this. If there's anybody in your life, especially if you live in Florida, that you think might support Fishback, have that conversation with them. Like anytime from now until August, till November, have that conversation. Hey, what do you know about his grooming allegations? Type in James Fishback grooming allegations. Go to Wikipedia, go to the section where it says his sexual misconduct allegations, and talk to them about it. You're gonna run into some people that don't mind the grooming, that might support the grooming even, but I promise you there are gonna be some people that know nothing about the grooming. They know nothing about it, and they just see the messaging and they see the energy and they like them, but they just don't know about the grooming. They can be won over. They can be won back. And it's on all of us, every single one of us, to have that conversation with our neighbors, especially in this great state of Florida, that this is just unacceptable. Once someone is okay with sexual misconduct to this degree, to grooming, to smashing a minor to this degree, they can justify anything in their heads. They can justify anything in their head. I don't want that. You don't want that. It's not good for you. Politics, I mean, I said this in the live stream too. Even if you don't do politics will find a way to inevitably do you. Whether it's through your housing costs, your gas prices, the rights you have as a worker, the rights you have as a civilian with your speech, the rights you have just driving your car, just existing without being assaulted by people like ICE, you know? These things have a way of influencing you and finding a way to get to you, whether or not you want it or not, or see it coming or not, or even believe it's gonna come or not, it just finds a way. Let's do better, everybody. Thank you so much. Once again, sorry for that bloviated conversation back there, and have a great rest of your day and week. Ciao. Thank you.
No more pedophiles! No more pedophiles! No more pedophiles!